Former Republican Congressman David Valadao sets his sights on a major political move. Registering your personal security cameras with the Sheriff's Department could help crime investigations. And a fire kills 25 in a bar in Mexico. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen. 17 News is your local election headquarters. We begin with major political news. Former Republican Congressman David Valadao has officially announced his candidacy for the 21st Congressional District. 17's Eitan Wallace just wrapped up an interview with Valadao, and he joins us in the newsroom with the latest details. Eitan?
Well, Maddie, that's right. It is official. Valadao is in. That means we are likely poised for a rematch of the 2018 21st Congressional District race between Valadao and current Democratic Congressman T.J. Cox. Now, a refresher for you, this race was the last called House race in the nation and was one of the closest, the margin just over 800 votes. Now, here is Valadao's official announcement this morning where he explains why he is running.
Well, I'm announcing today that I'm running for the 21st Congressional District. I think we need some real leadership there. These past 8 months have been really frustrating to watch. Someone who served in Congress and spent some time there and know how hard it is to get things done. But I also understand where you need to make those efforts, and I feel like we haven't had that, and I feel that we need someone to step up and do a good job.
Now, a reminder, this is a very big district. It extends as far north as Fresno County. Mendota, you see there on screen, and represents parts of Bakersfield, and extends as far south as Arvin. Now, we will hear much more from Valadao about his issue priorities and goals this evening on 17 News at 5. Hope you can join us then. In the newsroom, Eitan Wallace, 17 News.
Eitan, thank you very much. The Kern County Sheriff's Office has started a program where residents can register surveillance cameras to help speed up investigations. Those who register must agree not to release any surveillance footage or still images to the media or on social media upon request by sheriff's officials, as it could hinder an investigation, according to the sheriff's website. Sheriff Donnie Youngblood says when there is a camera, they spend a lot of time, or when there is a crime, rather, they spend a lot of time trying to find that camera and find video evidence to speed up the process.
What we wanted to do with this program that we've been working on for almost a year now is to have the public have the ability to register their cameras with us. And when I say register, to tell us that they actually have cameras before the incident occurs. So then when we have an incident, we can go directly to those people that are in our community that have cameras that may have evidence of the crime available to us help the citizens that we serve.
You can find a link to register your camera on our website, KGET.com. Just click on the story. An L.A. County Sheriff's deputy is out of a job after he allegedly faked a shooting last week. Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva shared new details of the investigation this morning. Last Wednesday, officials say 21-year-old deputy Angel Reynosa claimed he was shot by a sniper just outside a sheriff's station in Lancaster. Today, Sheriff Villanueva says Reynosa only had a minor injury and had not been shot, making him suspicious. Detectives on the case worked into the early morning hours until finally, after questioning Reynosa, he admitted to faking the shooting by cutting holes into a shirt with a knife. 17 Court Watch now. A man accused of killing his daughter-in-law in their Southwest Bakersfield home is set to appear before a judge today. Late Monday, police booked 65-year-old Jagjit Singh on a charge of first-degree murder. They say he's suspected of shooting 37-year-old Sumandeep Kaur Kunar at their home on Menachie Meadows Drive Monday morning. Those who know the family say Singh lived in the home with his son, daughter-in-law, and young grandchildren. Singh does not have a criminal record, but he's currently being held without bail. Police will not comment on a possible motive. The Kern County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting that left a man dead in Wasco, and we now know who that man was. KCSO says 37-year-old Miguel Ibarra was found shot to death just after 9 on Camellia Street. Right now, KCSO does not have any suspect information. But if you know anything about the shooting, you're asked to call KCSO at 861-3110, or you can remain anonymous by calling the Secret Witness Hotline. That number is 322-4040. Sports news now. Football season is here. Tonight, the BC Renegades head south for a scrimmage against the Antelope Valley Marauders. BC head coach Jeff Chudy says it'll be a nice tune-up for his guys.
You know, we want them to play within the system and play fast. Don't hold anything back, kind of let it all hang out, and hopefully we minimize the mental mistakes. That's really what we're looking for. We've got a lot of great competition going on across the board. You know, we've got some really good guys competing on the defensive line, at outside linebacker, inside linebacker in the secondary. We've got great battles going on at running back, tight end. You know, we're lucky we have some depth this year, so it creates a competitive situation for everybody.
BC plays at home against Mount San Antonio College September 7th, marking the first game of the season and the first at Memorial Stadium since the new NFL caliber field turf was installed. So get excited, Renegade fans. However, we do just want to issue a word of caution for all of those kids and players practicing today. It's going to be hot out there, and you just need to be cautious.
Yeah, it's one of those days we need to watch things carefully again. Yesterday, our high was 102 degrees. I'm a baseball coach, had practice, made sure my kids had plenty of water, took plenty of breaks, didn't push practice too hard. I actually pulled it back an hour. Usually we practice around 5. I made it at 6. So we're looking at temperatures about where we're at today. 95 right now. We've got a northwest wind at 6 miles per hour. And as we take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast, right around 101 between 4 and 6, back into the 80s by 10. Tehachapi are at 91 right now, with a northwest wind at 10 miles per hour. And as we take a look at the afternoon highs, we're expecting the lower 90s, but then slipping back into the 70s by 8, 60s by midnight. What's tomorrow looking like? I got the details on that side of the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Well, Dorian has been upgraded to a hurricane as it made a last-minute shift in its path, threatening Puerto Rico with a direct hit, as forecasters say it could reach near hurricane strength in its approach to the U.S. territory. Much of the island still recovering from the destructive Hurricane Maria 2 years ago. NBC's Morgan Chesky reports from San Juan, where nervous people there are bracing for the latest.
Puerto Ricans on edge as Tropical Storm Dorian barrels across the Caribbean, putting the still recovering island directly in its path. San Juan's mayor says the fear here is very real after Hurricane Maria.
Do you feel like your city's ready?
We are as ready as you can be. We're definitely much more than we were 2 years ago.
The Category 4 storm knocked out the island's power grid for months and damaged thousands of homes. This time, the city's stocking shelters with food, water, and extra ice to ensure medicines don't go bad if the power goes out yet again.
Would you call it a Maria PTSD?
Yes, it is a Maria PTSD.
Today, FEMA's blue tarps still cover nearly 30,000 homes island-wide.
No estoy preparada.
Sonia Arroyo is still rebuilding the home she lost to Maria. Now she's frightened she could lose it all again.
And right now this morning, we're starting to see those telltale signs of Dorian's arrival, those bending palm trees here on the beach in San Juan. Meanwhile, President Trump has declared an emergency declaration for the island of Puerto Rico to hopefully expedite those emergency services when they need it. Back to you guys.
Morgan Chesky reporting. An attack on a bar in Mexico killed at least 25 people and injured a dozen more last night. Officials said the attackers started a fire that ripped through the bar Caballo Blanco, or White Horse nightclub. Authorities said the attack apparently was overseen by a man who had been recently arrested but released. The state governor suggested a gang dispute as a motive. The bar is located in a storefront on a busy commercial street in Coatzacoalcos in the southeastern part of the country, a city whose main industry has long been oil and oil refining. The fire may have been started with gasoline bombs. Back here at home, the Kern County Fair is just under a month away, and some firefighters are brewing beer for a good cause. The Bakersfield Firefighters Historical Society has teamed up with Lengthwise Brewery. They released the Deuce and a Half Blonde Ale in May, and the beer sold out in 6 weeks. So we caught up with the team as they are brewing their second batch to sell at the fair next month.
We're ready to rebrew it, and we're going to be bringing it to the Kern County Fair this year, and we're going to be serving it at our booth.
Just going to be a single batch. So the last one went pretty quick, and I assume with the fair coming along, it'll go pretty quick too.
The money from beer sales will help fund the Firefighter Museum in downtown Bakersfield. Firefighters expect to move forward on that project in about 3 weeks. There's still about 48 hours left to help fill the tundra and help animals at the Bakersfield Animal Care Center. Bill Wright Toyota and North Bakersfield Toyota are partnering with KGET and providing that tundra to fill. The Animal Care Center is in need of things like paper towels and kitten and puppy milk. So our goal is to fill the tundra with pet supplies. It will be back outside of our studios Friday morning, but in the meantime, you can just drop by our lobby here in downtown Bakersfield or at Bill Wright Toyota or North Bakersfield Toyota through Friday. You can find a full list of all of the things they need on our website, KGET.com. And when you donate, you'll get a certificate for a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts while supplies last. Coming up, your 17 Health Watch, what a new study says about teens and the dangers of e-cigarette exposure. We're back in your 17 Health Watch. More teens are being exposed to secondhand aerosols from e-cigarettes. Researchers studied 4 years of data from a national survey involving over 76,000 middle and high school students. Nearly a third said they were exposed to vaping aerosols last year, an increase of about 30% compared with the previous 3 years. Experts say vaping aerosols contain a variety of chemicals, including nicotine and heavy metals. For teens, escaping from social media is nearly impossible, but experts can offer some ways to help. Bianca Castro reports.
Debbie sees the effect of social media firsthand at home.
What are you looking at? Google.
And at work.
It's just a part of life now, so yeah, it's going to come up all the time.
She's the executive director at the counseling place in Richardson. Here, counselors intervene when children and teens fall into a dark place. Police also call on them during possible suicide calls.
They go into a group chat or direct messaging with others who may be feeling the same, and then they just stay in that dark place and they don't get out.
Experts say a negative comment or a screenshot or video that goes viral can have the same mental distress experienced by an adult who's lost a job. It's because teens lack maturity and life experience.
Kids don't see the future like adults do, so when they're miserable, they think they're going to always be miserable.
That's why psychiatrists say parents should talk with their teens openly about what happens on their social media accounts.
It's so easy to say, oh, it'll get better. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about that. It's not a big deal. And really, the kid, that invalidates their worldview or their lens, as you said. So really hearing them, helping them feel heard.
Parents should also talk with their child's school if they suspect cyberbullying. And parents should set stronger restrictions on their teens' social media use, even if it's not the popular rule at home.
There are so many parents that say, well, that's just the way it is now. That's just the way it is. It's the way it is because we let it.
And then I get judged and people don't want to talk to me.
When I'm trying to do things for your mental health and to, put some restrictions and not just let you be immersed in your phone, and then there's other parents that won't do that, it's frustrating for me. It makes it hard for me.
According to the CDC, suicide is now the second leading cause of death among children ages 10 to 18. Young victims of cyberbullying are twice as likely to attempt suicide and self-harm, according to that study. All right, so let's go ahead and switch gears to weather. Take a look outside. The heat wave continues.
Yeah, we are expecting triple digits again today. Overnight, we were at 78 degrees, a little above our normal of 67. Normal high today is actually 94, and the record of 109, and that was set back in 1944. If you're going to be out and about tonight, your sunset at 7:29. Currently, we have 93 in Delano, 95 in Wasco, Taft at 96, Frazier Park at 84, 91 in Tehachapi, and up in the Kern River Valley, we've got 89, 103 in Ridgecrest. They're on their way up to 106 this afternoon. Sunny skies in Arvin, 98 degrees right now. In Golden Hills, we've got clear skies and 89. Here's a look at the regional temperatures right now. San Francisco at 73, Fresno at 92. To the south, we've got 70s into LA and San Diego, already 104 in Vegas, with Phoenix checking in at 104 as well. Not a lot happening on the satellite and radar. You can see clear skies here. A little bit of cloud cover along the coastal areas. That will continue to burn off this afternoon, and looking at sunny conditions. We're looking at a high of 93 in Sacramento, Fresno, 103, upper 60s in Morro Bay, nice and comfortable there, and then 70s and 80s south. LA right near 83 with Vegas at 109, 107 in Phoenix. The place to be, Pismo Beach, always a popular spot, 69 degrees on the high today, under sunny skies, water temperature right around 58 degrees, and a 3 to 4 foot wave height expected throughout the afternoon. So high pressure in control, but it is weakening a little bit. It's going to push to the east as we go throughout today, and we'll be back into the 90s as we head into tomorrow as a trough develops out of the north. And the only thing that trough is going to do, bring a little cool down up into the Pacific Northwest and push this just to the east over Arizona. Let's talk about the hurricane season now. we are tracking a storm that will eventually make its way into Florida. This is Hurricane Dorian right now. It was a tropical storm, now Category 1. Winds gusting around 90 miles per hour. It's on its way just past Puerto Rico, and then it will make its track as we go throughout the next few days. And by Monday, right around 8 a.m., it is going to be right on the coastal edges of Florida as a Category 3 storm. So parts of Florida are going to be hit by this. We'll have to see if it dies out or gets stronger, but definitely Florida is under the gun right through Central Florida near Orlando as a direct hit. So we're watching things carefully there. Air quality unhealthy for sensitive groups today with an AQI at 105 and your forecast calling for Bakersfield to be right near 102, 101 in Delano and McFarland, Taft at 99. For the mountains in the Kern River Valley, we're looking at sunny skies, west wind 10 to 15, 89 in Fraser Park, 93 for Tehachapi, and near 100 into the Kern River Valley. Lake Isabel at 99 along with Kernville, 97 in Wofford Heights, and then for the desert, sunny southwest wind 10 to 15, 99 in Mojave, and the hotspot today, Ridgecrest at 106. Here's your extended forecast tomorrow, 98. We'll cool you down even a little bit more Friday and basically upper 90s back in the forecast. Labor Day, a high of 98. For the mountains, a little cooler back into the 80s starting tomorrow. Those 80s will hang around through the early part of next week. A little bit of a breeze Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then for the Kern River Valley, we'll keep you in the 90s, but we trim things off from the 99 we're expecting today. And Labor Day, a little warm in the 90s.
I get the 80s, though.
You get the 80s up in the Tehachapi area, so enjoy.
Pretty nice. All right, thanks, Kev. Marriott hotel chain is making big changes. What you'll notice different in their rooms next time you book a stay. Your 17 Business Watch is after the break.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
We're back in your 17 Business Watch and checking stocks this Wednesday. They are up today as the energy sector got a lift from higher oil prices, but sentiment was kept in check with a key part of the U.S. yield curve inverting even further, exacerbating those fears of an impending recession. Right now, though, the Dow's up 253 points, the Nasdaq up 32, the S&P 500 up 15. Meantime, checking out those oil prices we were just talking about that are rising today. West Texas Intermediate 55.81 a barrel, and Midway Sunset started the day at 57.78 a barrel. Well, you'll soon no longer see the small plastic toiletry bottles at Marriott hotels worldwide. The world's largest hotel chain has announced it will stop carrying single-use bottles of shampoo, conditioner, and bath gels from its hotel rooms. They'll be completely phased out by December 2020. Instead, they will be replaced with wall-mounted dispensers or larger bottles. The company says it's already rolled out larger bottles at roughly 1,000 properties in North America. We're nearing the end of back-to-school shopping season, a time of year when shoppers are especially keen on finding the best deals possible and rewards for buying everything from clothes to school supplies. PC Mike Wendland has 3 great apps to help you save money as the kids head back to school and beyond that.
Rakuten works with 2,500 or so retailers who let you earn money back for essentially allowing the app to view and track your shopping. The company earns a commission from the retailer when you purchase something, and then it shares a small bit of that with you in the form of a check or PayPal deposit. It's free for iOS and Android. The app called Flip, that's F-L-I-P-P, brings you the latest weekly ads, deals, and coupons from more than 2,000 of your retailers like Walmart, Aldi, CVS, and more. Features include the ability to find your ads, saved offers, shopping list, and loyalty cards in one place so you don't have to scramble at the checkout. It's free for iOS and Android. Shopkick lets you earn rewards and free gift cards from places like Walmart, Target, Amazon, and more just for shopping. Walk into the participating stores and open the app to earn your first so-called kicks, in some cases by simply scanning barcodes, not even making purchases. If you actually buy something, you can earn more. It's free for iOS and Android.
I know that went by pretty fast, so if you want more information about those apps, just go over to my PC Mike Tech blog. That's my address on your screen. I've built in direct links for everything you just saw. Till next time, I'm PC Mike Wendland for NBC News.
Still to come, honoring veterans and their hot rods. Our guests will join us next with more on this event this coming weekend and how it will help local men and women in uniform coming back after deployment. Welcome back, 17 on Set. Joining us this afternoon, Jack and Kathy Vetter to talk about hot rods, burgers, and beers, a day to honor veterans and their vehicles. It's coming up this weekend.
Sunday.
Sunday, here we come,
Yeah.
September 1st.
September 1st.
Good morning to both of you, or good afternoon. Thanks, guys, for coming in. So tell us about this 4th year that you've done this event.
We've actually done it 4 years for Honor Flight, Kern County. All the proceeds go to Honor Flight. We did it 6 years before that, and I went and took the trip to Honor Flight as a veteran, and we were all in. So these 4 years have been everything going for the veterans.
Awesome, to make more flights available for veterans
we were
like
able
yourself.
to fly 7 veterans last year.
That's amazing.
Off of this run, and we're hoping for maybe 10 this year.
That would be really
Depends
cool.
on who comes and maybe contributes in the bucket and all that. It's a really wonderful affair.
Yeah, what's going on? Tell us about it.
Well, we generally basically do it for our veterans, and we have somewhere in the middle of the morning, before it gets too hot,
Nice.
we ask all the veterans to come down to one end of the parking lot to gather and let everybody pay homage to their sacrifices. So we walk to Lee Greenwood, and there's not a dry eye in the house usually.
I bet.
Yeah.
And obviously, burgers and beer.
1933 has been really wonderful. They give us the entire event, the venue, and they have a special, because it's hot rod burgers and beer. They have a big burger, fries, and a beer for $10.
You're making me hungry.
Oh, yeah. They also have the Sundays, the buffets too, if you
Okay.
if you're on a diet.
Okay, yeah. I don't think this is not diet
This
day.
is
It's
not a
Sunday.
diet day, right?
All right, so it's coming up this Sunday, and it's 7 to 2 over at 1933 in Northwest Bakersfield.
Correct.
And everyone's welcome to come out.
Yeah, open to the house.
Expecting a
It's
big
free
crowd.
to everybody. Of course, the people have the hot rods. They pay, and they help
Sure.
us pay for our veterans to see their memorials.
Absolutely, and everyone loves to come out and check out those hot rods
Right.
as well, and come out and be there for that honor walk for all those
Yes.
veterans. It's going to be a really special time out there. All right, we'll post all this information on our website as well, so you can check it out there. And you guys, good luck on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
We hope you get that 10 veterans. That would be just amazing.
Me too.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back. Several teens with the Wasco Sheriff's Activities League helped rescue a girl struggling in the water at a water park in Clovis over the weekend.
Haley Medrano, Jaime Fernandez, Layla Adams, Haley Adams, and Monique Rodriguez will all be honored at Tuesday's Wasco City Hall meeting for their actions. The teens were at Wildwater Adventure Park on Saturday when they saw a girl struggling in the water. They yelled out to lifeguards for help and then held the girl above water until a deputy who heard them swam over to the girl and took her to a ladder near the lifeguard tower, according to sheriff's officials. So a big congratulations and thank you to these teens. I mean, just really goes to show what the Sheriff's Activities League produces, you know, really quality, amazing young kids who will stand up for each other and take care of each other in an emergency.
And hopefully at one point they'll be reunited with this person
really
that
cool.
they pretty much saved.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing teens. We love
That's
the Sheriff's
awesome.
Activities League.
Yeah.
They do great things in our community. All right. Thank you for joining us here for 17 News at noon. We'll see you back tonight at 5 and 6. Have a great Wednesday. Stay cool out there.
Yeah.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News.